they would like to store sales data because they are selling their product. So they would like to store their sales data for their business growth. They would like to analyze their data, how the data is growing. So based on that, they analyze the data, and that analysis of the data will help them to grow their business. So they can see the trend of their business, even it's growing up or growing down. If it is going down, what was the reason, what was the cause for going down? If it's going up, it means like what are the good things they are doing in their business, so their business is growing up. So on-premises database, have you ever heard about like, Oracle, DB2 kind of databases? Those are on-premises databases. But nowadays, because cloud came into the picture, like AWS, Azure Blob, and your GCP, because of that competition, they also moved into their own cloud. So we will understand all the points related to on-premises database and what are the good feature we overcome, what were the issue we were facing in our on-premises database. So deployment location, we need to, if any company or any organization or any business, they would like to store their data, so they need to install hardware, software, and they host in your organization. They need their own data center and the servers. But in Snowflake, it is fully hosted on the cloud. It can be AWS, it can be Azure or GCP. So there is no need for you to maintain hardware. You no need to buy anything, and you no need to place that hardware in a place and taking care of everything related to those server. So it is fully hosted on the cloud. And related to infrastructure management, like you have to buy, install, and maintain hardware, storage, networking, backups, and security, because data always should be secure. So here, everything you need to maintain as a company, as an organization, as a owner of the business, all the infrastructure management needs to be taken care of the business owner. But in Snowflake, it manages all infrastructure, scaling, backups, patching, and security for you. You no need to buy an infrastructure, and whether your workload is going heavy in Monday, you no need to scale up and get the downtime from the customer and just go. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Am I audible to you?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. So here you no need to patch or anything. You no need even downtime. You no need to get approval from your customer for the downtime. Hey, I'm going to patch this server in this weekend. Can you please provide downtime for an hour? So we will maintain your server. So here you don't need to worry about these hardware related, infrastructure related things. And we will talk about scalability. Scaling requires purchasing new hardware, installing it, and sometimes downtime. Why? Because whenever your data grows, if you observe in last 4 or 5 years, the data grows like anything. A huge data in terabyte, petabytes data is growing. So they need storage. They need to buy that storage every time to store their data. And when they are going to, install those additional hardware, additional storage to their existing, they need downtime for it. But in Snowflake, you no need to buy anything, you no need to worry even capacity. If it is full, then and there you will get the scalable storage with no downtime. So on the fly, you can scale up, you can scale down. If you have ever heard about scalability, scale up, scale down, scale in, scale out, these are the words like we use when we resize our storage, when we resize our compute. So scalable means resizing our compute resources, resizing our storage. And in Now talk about cost model. So high upfront capex for hardware plus ongoing opex for maintenance.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Yeah, actually, just now I have joined. Can you please explain me today's workshop? That Snowflake, who is eligible for this Snowflake? Actually, I am a software developer having 8+ years of experience.
Okay.
So, to know more about this Snowflake, what is this?
That's what I'm explaining.
Okay, that means am I eligible for this or it is for different batch?
This is related to Snowflake.
No, no. Whether a software developer is eligible to know the Snowflake or it is not.
Yes. That is the highly demand for data engineer. You are saying the software developer, it is the old terminology, but nowadays they are using data engineer for the same data software terminology. Now the terminology has different, but the roles and responsibility remain the same.
Data engineering is what? I don't know about it.
Okay, no worries. So here we are now comparing the cost model. For example, this Snowflake, because it's native for cloud, so you need to, whatever you are using for Snowflake, your cloud or your storage, your computing, everything, you just pay for what you are using. You no need to pay that you are not using, but you have purchased, you have to maintain, but you need to pay your bill. And performance tuning, you need a DBA team or a performance team to perform and tune your queries every time in on-premises database like Oracle, DB2, Netezza. But in Snowflake, you no need to worry about it because it's a SaaS model and everything would be taken care by Snowflake itself because it has a unique three-layer architecture which help manage everything. Then access, okay, data sharing. Here you would like to share the data to your coworker, to your colleague, or end user. So you no need to worry to export and import the data and replicate the data and share the data with your partners, your stakeholders. You can even share securely with the secure view are available in Snowflake. You can secure those data with non-Snowflake users as well. And upgrades, if you would like to upgrade your software, you no need to maintain anything here. It continue upgrade by Snowflake team. They work like 24/7, work on that. They, if they find something new feature, they would like to fix that. So they continue upgrades and they provide the preview, public preview for hands-on practice. And the elasticity, what is elasticity means? Elasticity means whenever you would like, as your data grow, your storage also grow. Your compute, you need to add your compute resources as well. So elasticity comes into the picture while you are not using. If you are not using, but still you have that hardware and there is no use, but still you need to pay. So here in Snowflake, as your compute is no more in use, it will automatically suspend. So it will save your cost. That is called elasticity. And disaster recovery. So disaster recovery means like in your mobile or if you use your WhatsApp, there are some backups are running at the scheduled time. If you give any scheduled time at the time, it takes the backup. If any accidentally your data gets deleted or something happened to your phone, then you have still a chance to get restored your important data. Here also in on-premises database, they have DR system, and the DR system also the same as your production box. So you need again hardware and replication and failover to come over with your accidentally deleted data or your disaster if anything happened. But here it's built in DR. If you would like to make your DR cross region, even if you provision your Snowflake on AWS and you would like to get a copy, you would like to keep a copy in Azure or GCP, there is a chance in Snowflake, there is a feature so you can manage those replica. And integration, like integration means what integration mean is you can connect with your server, with your software to another software, another partner. That is called integration. So it is very difficult in on-premises database because of complexity, because of infrastructure, because of network, because of security. All those things you need to take care. But in Snowflake, you no need to worry about anything. It has native integration. The documents they have provided, the documents in the documents they have provided all the features within how you connect your Snowflake with another partners. It is very easy to connect with any one of them. So now talk about why Snowflake is valuable. If I'm talking about you about Snowflake, so why I'm talking about Snowflake today? Because it is very much high demand in current market. Everyone wanted to become a software engineer or data cloud engineer or Snowflake data engineer. So what is in that? Because it's very simple to learn and it has high pay scale in current market. So there is a scalability without the headache. You no need to maintain anything by your own self. Everything will be taken care by Snowflake. And you have to pay whatever you are using. You no need to pay for your infrastructure, maintain your hardware, maintain your team to taking care of tuning queries and all. And zero infrastructure management, like there is some feature available in Snowflake like zero copy cloning, fail safe. So it is very easy to take care of backups and availability, security, and upgrades by using Snowflake. It has better performance with heavy tuning. It has automatic micro partition. So micro partition in Snowflake, a tiny storage unit where your data gets stored in compressed and encrypted columnar format. So it reduces the storage cost. It saves your storage, and it has caching and clustering. It use cache multiple times. If you run the query one time, it will take some time, but the same query, if you run multiple times, just it will run within a second. So that is the use of caching in Snowflake. And here, as like in your on-premises database like SQL Server or your Oracle, you have to create index. In your Teradata, you have to create index for better performance. But here in Snowflake, you no need to worry about anything. It will taking care of a Snowflake in backend. And you can share the data securely, as we already discussed. Work with all providers. One is the unique feature of Snowflake. You can provision your Snowflake account in any of your AWS, Azure, or Google Cloud. So what is better fit for your organization? You can provision a Snowflake on that cloud. It is not specifically you need to stick with AWS or you need to stick with Azure. So whatever the edge location available or availability or region and what is the good fit for your industry, they can provision a Snowflake account, any of them. And it can handle all kind of data, all volume of data. Over the time, whenever your storage capacities grows, because you are getting more and more data, so you need storage to keep your data. So here you no need to worry because you are storing your data in AWS S3 or Azure Blob or GC bucket. So these are unlimited storage, cloud storage. So you no need to worry about, okay, my after sometimes my capacity will get full. Then how would I plan for next capacity? You no need to worry about things, and it can handle Snowflake handle all kind of file formats. It can be semi-structured data, structured data, unstructured data, JSON, Parquet, Avro, CRV, and the data, the source, for example, sensors data, IoT data, logs, and API data. It can handle everything. But it has some functions available, some data types available. By using those, you can handle those kind of data in readable format very easily. Now, why Snowflake is in high demand? Let me give you one example. If I share my Naukri.profile and I just give a Snowflake keyword here, are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
So can you see the Naukri profile in my screen?
Yes.
It's showing 7 to 12 years of
Yes.
experience. I think it is not for fresher.
Sorry?
Snowflake is not for freshers.
See, if you go down and you dig deep down, so you will see what are the benefit of Snowflake and how much it is on demand. See, for fresher, if you go fresher, you are come out from the college and just you go for the job, you will not get anything. You need to learn some technology. That is why I'm telling Snowflake, it's a boom technology. You will get a chance to work on that.
That means Snowflake is a services or it is a software or it is a tool. What we can say.
I have explained so far what is exactly it is. It's a SaaS service. And you can
Software as a service.
exactly. It's a SaaS service and you can provision at any platform. So you can see it's highly demand. These are the jobs available currently in the market. So yeah, why Snowflake is in high demand? Because you can provision your Snowflake in any of the cloud platform. That's what. If you go for BigQuery or your Redshift, it is stick to that particular platform, right? But Snowflake, you can provision at any platform. And it's like multi-cloud flexibility, performance scalability. There is some kind of like virtual warehouses. For example, if you have EC2 or virtual machine in your different cloud platform, but here it is called like virtual warehouse. You can increase, scale your compute or storage capacity because they both are independently work and they club together. They also work together. But if you would like to scale your storage without even touching compute, you can scale up your storage. If there is a issue with your compute, you would like to scale your compute, you can scale your compute without touching your storage. This is the beauty of Snowflake. I will in further slides we will let you know about the architecture of Snowflake so you can understand how the storage and compute works independently.
Okay.
So benefit of learning Snowflake, it's a high pay as I already shared Naukri profile, like how you will get the job. It's very easy. See, but you need to dedicatedly focus to learn the technology because it depends on like if you know a very SQL, if even you don't know the SQL, if you start basic by steps, select SQL query, create table, storing data, then you will learn easily within 2 or 3 months. But you need to focus on your study every day, at least for 2 to 3 hours. So it is fast learning curve. If you know SQL, you can start being productive within 2 4 weeks. If you don't know the SQL, it will take some more time because you need to understand the SQL. And
Along with the SQL, any programming language is required or framework?
SQL is not a programming language, right?
No. I can say SQL is a structured query language to communicate with the database.
Exactly.
My question is, along with the SQL, any programming language is required, like Python, Java?
See, it depends on you. How you learn, how many things you learn, how many technologies you learn, that is beneficial for you. And nowadays, Python is everywhere. And it is very easy to learn. But in Snowflake, you start learning from basic SQL. You can understand how the query works,
Okay.
how the data store, how you are using compute, how you can tune the performance of Snowflake. You can learn everything in a very simple way. So you no need to start with programming language. If you are good, that is very good for you. So it is easy to learn, as I said. If even you have SQL knowledge, it is very good. If you don't have, then it will take some time to understand. And hands-on focus, you learn fastest by actually loading and querying data, how to load the data from your cloud storage to your Snowflake tables, and how you unload the data from your Snowflake table to cloud. So you can understand these are very basic thing. It has UI. So by clicking that, you can understand what is the database structure, how the schema has organized, how your tables, like your objects, are organized inside of your databases. So now you can compare Snowflake with Redshift and BigQuery. As I said, Snowflake is cloud native, but Amazon Redshift is AWS only. You can utilize Amazon Redshift as a data warehouse, but it is specifically for AWS. And Google BigQuery, it is specifically for GCP. You cannot provision your Google BigQuery on your Amazon, right? But in Snowflake, you can provision your Snowflake account in any of the cloud. So it made for cloud native. And the architecture, we will talk about architecture in coming slide, and I will let you know how the storage and compute work separately. So in GCP BigQuery, it's a serverless pay per query. How many queries you run, that many times you need to pay charges. It has their again pricing model for specifically big query. And scaling, like auto scale, and scale up, scale down, you can do in a very easy way in a Snowflake. Just you have to click and just increase the size of your virtual warehouse, virtual machine. It will increase the size on the fly. You no need to hold your query. You need to get your downtime from your customer. It is very easy. And pricing model, pay for compute time and storage separately. And storage, why? Because you are storing your data in cloud storage. It can be AWS 3. So data always stored in very compressed format. And S3 or Blob and Google Bucket, they are very cheaper in price. But in compute, when we talk about compute power, yes, compute power, it has more cost effective. Why? Because whenever you are not using any virtual warehouse, you can suspend it. So if your compute is in idle state, you no need to pay for it. Performance is so high because it is working on your mixed workload. If your workload, if you're running one or two query, that is okay. If you are running your so many current user logged into the system and they are working and they are querying some data at the same time, so it won't happen hamper. Why? Because the same time it increase your compute, so you no need to worry about it. But in another software or data warehouse, you need to tune the queries separately. So yeah, okay. Yeah, I was talking about it. So now we will talk about role of a Snowflake data engineer. So as a data engineer, as a ETL developer, if you have ever heard about, they need to prepare pipeline, data pipeline. Data pipeline means you are moving the data from one space to another space. one source to your target table. So these are called data pipeline. So you need to develop that pipeline in Snowflake. There are some features available like Snowpipe, Task. You can create automatic data pipeline with the help of this Snowpipe and Task. And you have SNS, CQS in S3, AWS available. So you can create event notification, and also you can create alerts. So you will get alerts also. If anything fail in your data pipeline, you will get the alerts. And data modeling, what is staging raw, what is raw, and what are the transform layer. If you ever heard about Mendelian architecture, what are these? The same thing, the ETL, extract, transform, and load the data into your target table. So nowadays, the Mendelian architecture is working the same, but the terminology is different. They are using some different terminology. It has bronze layer, silver layer, and gold layer. But the concept is similar as ETL. And data quality and testing, whenever you are writing a query, you need to do unit test whether your transformation is working fine, your data is getting load successfully, correctly or not, and you can handle the errors. If you find any errors while data loading, if your data has some error, how to handle those records, it is very easy in Snowflake. And automation, CI/CD, you have another team like DevOps team, they will take care of CI/CD, but you need to let them know what is data pipeline you have created and what are the things they need for you to help their data pipeline work smoothly. Integration with ecosystem, yes, you have BI team, you need to work with BI team because they ask something, okay, I need some data, for example, they would like to ask some sales data after last 4 quarter. So just you need to run a query, provide that data, extract the data, and provide the data with the help of view. You can create the view and just provide the view to them so they can access the data. Monitoring and maintenance, there is a DBA team, they can monitor the data warehouse usage, and they also no, if there is unused data and unused databases or unused table, they just go and purge it. So this is about Snowflake. Now we'll talk about exactly what is data. Any one of you, if you are interested or speak about data, what you understand about the data and where to store, why to store, and why the data is compulsory to store. Any one of you? Please go ahead. So I hope everyone knows about the data. If
Yes.
data, yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, data is a kind of number, text, images, or anything we can. It will be images or anything. So
Yeah.
mainly if you want to store any personal information like name, age, so those things also. But mainly for as it's mentioned in example for banking transactions, so amount and date and all. So those are mandatory for everybody's life. Yeah. So that's we can say it's data. That why data is needed. So we need to store the data for future reference and then to get the report and anything.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is the data. So if data is in raw format, it is not usable, right?
correct. Yeah, correct.
So we need to store the data in an informative way, right? There
Yes.
should be like every data has their metadata. You know what is metadata is?
Yeah, kind of structured format. We need to make it as in a structure.
Structure, if you talk about the structure, it can be your row and column format. that is called structure. But if I'm talking about metadata means
Data
here
about
in
data.
exactly
Data.
Yeah.
exactly why the metadata is so important.
How you structure the data, it will represent.
Yeah. So can you give me some couple of example?
Now, if you see that every table will have the metadata. So the metadata about how the table looks like about DDL. It will talk about exactly DDL and what kind of data type you'll use. So and how many columns, how many index, what is the criteria, all the things.
And one more thing is that the author of the author of the document or anything, and who describes it. I mean, when it's created and who it's created. What's the size of that particular file format or anything if you're storing the files. So those things also it comes under metadata.
So you feel metadata is important?
Yes, it's important.
So you need storage to store your data. Also you need storage to store your metadata, right?
Yes.
So metadata is taken care by Snowflake and the data is taken care by storage. It can be any of the cloud storage. And how to store the data? We store the data in raw format, right? In our on-premises database. If you have a table, for example, employee table, and you would like to store information about your employee data, like his name or department or job or designation or salary, commission, whatever. So you need to store the data somewhere in table format in on-premises, right?
Yes.
If it is in file format, it's readable, but is it good way to store that file format in your storage? Is it good to analyze those kind of data which are available in file format?
It's
Okay,
depends on
just
the security of the data type actually we are
Mhm.
to store. So kind of suppose JSON data which we are like which we can share to public. So those things we can keep it in JSON format or so if you need more secure, we need to go with the table format kind of thing, secured data. So if it's
okay,
any
just
unsecured data, we'll go with JSON format.
okay. JSON actually just this CSV, Excel, JSON or text documents, the source they generated some data. They generate some data and their different application by using the different application. For example, if you go to bank, right? They have their own database. They store your account related information. If you go to any shopping mall and you swipe your card, they have their own transactional data and they are using some different like machine to swipe your card, right? So there different kinds of sources where the data is getting generated. So it is not always they generate the data in CSV format or Excel or JSON. It can be any format. For example, if you are some company they are using sensors. So how the sensor data will be able to readable format? Is it readable? Can anyone understand the sensors data? The log data, the data which is not exactly in readable format. So Snowflake has a feature available. They can deal with those kind of file formats and make them readable format and storage. For example, storage format, if I would like to store this data which is not compressed, not encrypted, not in columnar format, it will take lots of space. If it is compressed format, columnar format, my storage reduce as well as my cost reduce, right? So we need to store the data in the way where it costs the reduce, is cost the storage If you ever heard about Parquet format, it's very famous file format nowadays. What is Parquet? So Parquet file format is a file format where data is compressed format and it has algorithm, snippy algorithm. That is one of the feature of Google. The snippy algorithm, it compresses the data. It has the algorithm which, even though it is not in readable format, but it compresses the data in columnar format and it reduce your storage, it reduce your cost. So whenever someone would like to extract the data, read the data, just they run their SQL query against their data and the data will available in readable format for them. So how this data store works? So storage type, it is related to file-based, database, cloud storage, and data warehouse, in which file formats they keep their data. The example of use cases, for example, file-based data. It is for a small project. It can be a logs or backups file, right? And CSV, Excel, JSON packet. These are the file format nowadays, which is producing by different sources. As I said, like it can be IoT or sensors data which generate the data daily basis. It can be in those format. And storage type is database. You already aware about that. You need to run a SQL query to access your data. It can be MySQL, PostgreSQL, or Snowflake also have the same feature available. By using your SQL query, select query, or filter using where clause, you can get the data easily. And cloud storage like big data, media files, backups. If you have movies, you have songs and pictures, you can store those data in AWS S3 or Azure Blob or Google Cloud in very cheap cost. Very, very cheap cost. You also, like, no, you have, if you have Gmail, you can utilize your Drive. And data warehouse also storage type where the data is stored for analytics and reporting. So it can be any of the data warehouse, Snowflake, BigQuery, or Redshift. So why we need data warehouse to store the data for analytics and reporting? Have you ever get a chance to analyze your data? Okay, so like any of you have invested in stock market? Did you buy any stocks? So you analyze before buying anything. Okay, give me a just let me give an example about movie. If you would like to watch a movie, right? So you just go and see the review first, booking even before booking your theater ticket, right? What are the reviews? Who are like, no, the casting? What are the rating of this movie? So those the data is available for analysis. By analyzing the data, you can take your decisions, right? So now this is related to data warehouse where the data storing for analytics and reporting for their business. So end user or business user, they can take the decision based on their reporting. Okay. So The supported file formats in Snowflake, as already I discussed, it can be CSV, it can be JSON, Avro, ORC, and Parquet file, right? Now, what is the difference between row format and columnar format? In Snowflake, data always stored in columnar format. In other databases, it store in raw format. If you store the data in raw format, what are the disadvantages of it? Can anyone please answer this question? For example, you have a table, it has million of records, right? And you need some certain set of data. And you just run a query against that data. So what happened? It will go and scan all the table. So your process will be getting slow, right? Okay. Now we'll give the example of transactional OLTP system. If you have OLTP transaction system, you know where it is useful, transactional data. For example, banking. If you go to bank, they have transaction database where they store your account related data. If you need something, example, your account balance, you ask them, okay, can you please provide me my account balance sheet? So just they filter the data and they provide you, because it's a very faster. There is no joins, nothing. And the data is stored for particular weeks, so it is faster. But in OLAP system, data stored, historical data stored, years and years data stored. So if they keep the data in raw format, it's very difficult for them to fetch the data if it is available in raw format. That's why in OLAP system, where they would like to get the data for their analysis, so they store in columnar format. For example, if I run a query, select star from sales table, where date, I would like to check my last month data, where date between from 1st July to 31st July. So just it will go and check the column, the date column, and it will get the data from that column only. It no need to go and search all the data, scan all the tables every time. So I can get the result very quickly. Here the good for full rows and excellent for few columns. If you would like to select star from table name, it will get all the data. But you need select star from data where employee ID is or where date of joining is some date. So just it will go to that particular column as per in your where clause, whatever the value you provided in where clause, it will go and search that particular column and provide the data in a very faster way. And here write performance slower for frequent single. Here in database, in data warehouse, what happened? Data won't change frequently, but in your OLTP system, data change frequently. For example, just you withdraw some money from an ATM, right? It will update your balance then and there, right? It is so faster because you are using your day-to-day things. So here the OLTP comes into the picture, but for the analysis, the data won't change frequently. It's non-volatile data. So yeah, row format is not that much in compressed format. Just you can make them zip format, that's it. But in here, in columnar formats, it is very higher in compressed format. Purpose of OLTP and OLAP system. Run to day-to-day business, as I have given example for banking system. And here analyze of historical data, because you kept the data for analysis purpose to take the decision for your business. Here the data type current, up to date, and transactional format. Why? Because for example, I have give the example, if you would like to withdraw some money, then it will change then and there. It will update and it will give you the information. Okay, now you have withdrawn 500 rupees. Now your balance is now 5,000 rupees, just for example. But here in OLAP system, it is stored historical data, aggregated data, and analytical data. So what do you mean by aggregated data? Count of sales, sum of sales, in last month, what was the minimum sale, what was the maximum sale, this kind of min, max, count, those are the things related to aggregate. So those are analysis performed on your OLAP system. Here user is frontline employees, cashier, customer, service reps. You go to bank, your bankers are available, right? But in OLAP system, you are as a data engineer, you are working for that. Your business users, the business intelligence people, data analysis, they are working for that. So have you ever seen, like, you go and you see those people, data analysts and business users in bank? No, because they work in back end. And workload, like if you insert, update, delete very frequent, here you are just withdraw your money, you will get the balance, it's update. If you are no more a customer of any bank, they just delete the data, they just soft delete the data, but they store your data in your OLAP system. For example, after 10 years, you come to the bank and you ask, madam, I was the customer of this bank, I need my transactional history data, um, 10 years ago, what all transaction I did. So the data they have to fetch from your data warehouse, and it will take some couple of days to get the data. They cannot provide then and there, like a bank statement. They can provide bank statement then and there if you ask, right? And it can be like for 6 months to 1 year. If it is more than 6 months or 1 year, they ask some time, right? So OLT system is related to your relational database. In OLAP, it's related to data warehouse, and normalization form is 3NF normalization form. Here, the data stored in denormalized form. It is related to star Snowflake schema. We will talk about later in deeply what is star and Snowflake schema. If you have any question, guys, so far. Okay, so let me explain you the Snowflake architecture. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yes,
So
yes.
it has, thank you. So it has 3-layer architecture. These are the unique 3 layers in Snowflake. And all these 3 unique layers works independently. The bottom layer is database storage layer, where your data stored in columnar, encrypted, and compressed format. That is called database storage. This database storage is not visible to you. If you run query against that storage, then you can get that data. And that data stored in any of cloud storage. It can be S3, it can be vlog, or it can be your Google Cloud Storage. Now the middle layer is query processing layer. So once your query come into your query processing layer, what happened? The virtual warehouse, it's a node. Virtual warehouse means it's a node. It's like your EC2 machine. So it helps to process your query. It runs your query because it needs some compute power to run your query, right? Without compute power, nothing will work. So it needs some compute power to run your query and fetch the result from the data storage and provide the result set to you. But if your data is very huge and you are running a query, you are loading some data from one source to destination, at that time your workload is too high and there are so many users concurrently, they logged into the system, they are working in different databases and they are also fetching some query, that is also need your query processing and they need compute resources highly. So what happened in the way? Your database halt, it crashed. But in Snowflake, there is a like virtual warehouse. You can increase the size of virtual warehouse. It can be X small, your t-shirt size, till XL, X double L, XXL, and also cluster virtual warehouse. Cluster warehouse means, for example, virtual warehouse, if you are resizing it from XX, X is small to X large. So just it increase in size, but you are doubling your virtual warehouse. What happen? You need 2 node, 3 node, 4 node, 5 node in a cluster. So all the 5 nodes run concurrently, parallelly. It follow the MPP architecture, massive parallel processing. So there is, you no need to worry about your query. It will run very faster because on the fly it can scale up your compute resources. And the very first layer, top layer, is cloud service layer. What happened when your query runs or you log into your Snowflake account? It will check whether you are authorized user or not. If not, it will not allow you to log in into the system, right? It will check if you have access to the Snowflake. If you have access to the database, then it allow you to log into the system. That is called authentication and access control. And it has infrastructure manager, which is taking care by like your index, everything will be taken care by this cloud service layer. And when you run a query, optimizer make a best execution plan for your query. That is handled by optimizer. And metadata manager, as we already spoke about what is metadata and what is data and how we can separate, have a storage for metadata. So it has metadata manager which keep the information about your metadata, how many records are there, what are the minimum, what is the maximum. Those are information kept by metadata manager. And security, it has security feature like whether you are authenticated user or not, your data is encrypted format or not. If it is not secure, it will not allow you to access those data. So these are all the things handled by cloud service layer. That is also called, it's a service a SaaS model, software as a service. So you no need to worry about maintaining anything infrastructure or optimize, or you need to keep the metadata, or you need to handle security, you need to create VPC or network or subnet inside of that. You no need to worry at all about anything. And if we talk about this query processing layer or database layer, so database storage layer, if I have 3 millions of records or 3 petabytes of records, I can easily store. I can increase my storage capacity, but I don't need to increase my compute at the same time. I can independently increase my storage capacity without even touching my virtual warehouses. Okay. For example, thousands of users are logged in at the same time and they are running the query. what will happen? I can scale up my compute power without even worrying about my data storage. But in on-prem system architecture, have you ever seen if you need to increase your storage, you need to uh, scale up your compute resources at the same time. So that is tightly coupled architecture. Here it's loosely coupled architecture where your compute and storage power works independently. Your storage and compute, they work independently, so you don't need to worry about you have to if you have to increase your storage, you need to increase your compute resources at the same time. No, they work independently. So far, any question? So here the Snowflake UI looks like. If you would like to log into your Snowflake, just go to Google and check your Snowflake trial account, and it will give you this link. Go to this link. Just you need a one email ID with you to log into the system. I'm sorry. You need to provide information, your first name, last name, your email ID, and very nominal information, and you can easily sign up. The mail ID you provide, you will get the activate link. Just click on that and it will get activate for you, and you will be getting some link, and by using that link you can able to log in. And here you can see in slide bar, these are the slide bar. You can see this is my database. These are my schemas. In my schema, I have created tables. I have created some procedure. This information schema is available by default to everyone. This public also available for everyone. Whenever you create any database, create database name. If I create this database, this database has been created, and you can see by default the public okay. Here you can see it has been created, and by default, this Ashok ID, yes. In this, you can see information schema and public schema is available by default for you. So every time whenever you create any object, the information schema and public will automatically comes. And if you would like to create any schema, create. Schema name. Will create schema for you. Just you need to run this query. Okay, if you now still you can see now Ashok ID, and it has been changed with raw layer. Earlier it was public. If you would like to change, use schema public. So it will change from Ashok ITDB, and the schema name would be public. And you can create tables, views, stored procedure, file format, storage integration, streams. Those are the unique feature available in Snowflake. So, and like whenever you log in very first time, you have this simple data shared by Snowflake. Here, learning DB provided by Snowflake. So you can learn about, you can explore what about the data inside of your simple data. Here, this is the schema. These are the schema available. It has 100 terabyte. It has the tables, call center. These are already created tables provided by Snowflake. So you can, whenever you join, you log into the Snowflake, so you can join all this table. They have unique primary columns, they have foreign key columns. So you can join those tables. You can see here, see close date, open date, see name, class name. It is all about data. If you would like to see the data, you can see the data here. These are the data available for you to practice. Customer data, line item data, customer data, if you would like. 1.5 million rows available. You can see all this data and query this data. For example, I would like to query this table. Okay. So here you can see these are the columns available. These are the data available. This is the table details, the name of table, the name of schema. Whoever has the privilege to access this data, account admin, and it has different roles available. These are the rows. These are the default roles provided by Snowflake: account admin, org admin, public, security admin, ANSYS admin, and user admin. It has different kinds of uses. Once you learn about RBAC, role-based access control, and this, that time I will explain about all these roles, how they work and how they control the access. And here, if you can see the compute warehouse, it is by default compute warehouse provided by Snowflake, but you can increase that warehouse. I was talking about, right? Small and medium and large Excel. Here you can increase your warehouse size, your compute size. And moreover, about size, it has like mini cluster 1 and maximum cluster count 2. If you would like to increase, then you can increase. And auto suspend 600 seconds, but every 5 minutes, every 5 or 10 minutes, your data, which your compute warehouse, which is not in use, it will auto suspend. So you no need to pay for it, which when it is in idle state. And one more thing you can do now, if you see that is gray out, because your compute warehouse, it's not running in a state. So you can run this. Start. Status resizing. Too large. 3 hours. And this MyDBT warehouse, I have created this. You can increase also that one. And you can resume and suspend that warehouse. For this, because this default by default, so you cannot. But here, whenever you create your warehouse, you can suspend it. It is now in suspend state. You can resume it. As soon as you resume it, you will be like, it will be changing into green status. And you also increase your size of your warehouse. If your query is running high, your workload is too high at the same time, just you enlarge your data warehouse, increase your data warehouse size, your query will run so faster. These are the things available in Snowflake. In this bar window, you can see there are, like, if you go to home, worksheet available. It is a place where you can write your queries. You can create your workspace, you write your query, you create your warehouse. If you click here, by clicking also you can create warehouse. You have to just give name. And just create. It will create Ashok DB. It has been created, right? Earlier it was Ashok IT DB. Now I have created. So there are many different ways you can create your resources with the help of UI or with the help of commands. It is very easy to learn. So yes, you can log in anytime by using your WhatsApp. And if you have any query, you can join and ask. Any question you have?
So how many days it will be free?
Means Snowflake account you are asking about?
Yes.
Yeah, it is 30 days. But you can create another Snowflake account if you have another Gmail. So it will not asking for your credit or debit card.
Okay. Is it costly to keep the same account?
No. It will not take any charge from you.
After 30 days?
Yes. See, after 30 days, it will ask you to upgrade. But you no need to upgrade. Just you can create another account with the help of another Gmail.
Okay. So are you going to cover integrating Snowflake with the Spring Boot applications?
Not exactly, but I can integrate with Python and ETL tool like Informatica, Talent, or BI, Tableau, etc.
So Java Spring is not included, correct?
Java, it's actually here Java is not in use in Snowflake.
Yeah, for integration purpose, which language you are going
Yes,
to go there?
it has the documents available here. With the help of this Snowflake documents, you can do. So you can search anything, whatever the concept you would like to check, addition, release. Why? Because it has a price model, depends on its release, whether it's addition or your enterprise model. So you have the price model also. You can explore here. And the simple data available. What are the simple data and how to use those data?
So do we have any reference where we can integrate Spring Java, Spring Boot or something?
Let me check. But it should be a use case. If there is no use case, then there is no need for integration for Spring Boot, right?
Yeah, actually we are planning
It
to
has
use Snowflake.
It has the UDF available, which you are able to write Java UDF or Java stored procedure. You can write there, but Spring Boot is not available. It is not there because Java is not an ETL tool, right?
We can push the data to some database kind of stuff. From there onwards, you can integrate with the Snowflake. That is what we have to do. The
Yes.
Spring Boot is
Yes.
only a full stack application where so you have a backend application development and you can pull the data to some place, and from there onwards you can pick up the data for
Yes, from
analytics and other
database
things
you can
do.
connect.
Correct.
Yes,
That is
from any
absolutely.
database you can connect. But if you directly would like to connect with your Java, I don't think so. It has some integration service available. But every website, everything, there is a database available. So by using that database, it can be your SQL Server, MySQL, PostgreSQL. You can connect with it very easily. But let me explore about your question. Just drop your question to me. I will explore it. If I find anything related to that, then I will provide an answer to you.
Basically, my question is that REST Spring Boot REST APIs is there, no? So
Yes,
So-
but by API, yes, API connectivity is there.
mhm.
With the
So
help
Spring,
of API, it is not related to only the specific API. Any API it can integrate.
okay.
REST API. It can connect to your Python. It can connect to your any ETL tool like Informatica, Talent. It can connect to your cloud environment. So if you have any query or you would like to join our WhatsApp group, I have provided the WhatsApp link in our chat window. You can utilize it and you will get the update over there. If you have any queries, any questions, any doubt, you want me to answer those queries, I'm available there to provide your answer.
Yeah.
Your queries.
Hi Emma. I have one question. Actually, basically, I'm a front-end developer, so I want to do my career transition. So, how can it's helpful for me to, kickstart with this Snowflake? Like, kind of, is it be possible for me to kickstart with this? Like, I have background knowledge of SQL, basically, initially.
So for you, if you know the basic SQL, it is very easy for you to learn Snowflake. Why?
Okay.
Because here, what we are doing, just we are writing queries, and that is not that much difficult to write a simple queries. This copy command is there. Just you need to run a copy into table from your storage, from your table, which file format you are using. Okay, let me share you for that make easy for you to understand how I write the query in Snowflake.
Yeah, and basically, what I want to understand is like, what is the prerequisites for this to kickstart with this? Like, basically, SQL queries is enough, or do we need to?
Even you don't know the basic SQL, that is also good for you to start up.
Oh, okay, nice. Okay, so as I am 10+ years of experience, can I start working on this and I can switch to this one?
Yeah, very easily. Because if you already have experience, working experience, that is very helpful for you
Yeah.
to switch your job. See, you can see here the query which I have written here. I'm using my database as DBT. I have created this raw schema. I have running this SQL select statement. I'm using my warehouse as a compute warehouse and create database. Right? It is very easy. Creating table like it is very simple way. If you don't even understand how to create a table, I'll help you to make you understand and make you capable enough to write your own query.
Yeah, yeah. Got it.
And
What
you
are
can just explore your LinkedIn, explore your Naukri, and explore with your friends and explore your colleagues also. If you are working, So how Snowflake is now in demand? Everyone is asking, at least you should have knowledge about Snowflake.
Yeah,
Why?
definitely.
Because
Yeah.
why? Because nowadays they are not utilizing on-prem databases, and they are even not utilizing your cloud-based data warehouse. Why? Because they are stick to that particular cloud. If you are using Redshift, that is to AWS. If you are using BigQuery, that is to GCP. But in Snowflake, you can provision Snowflake in any of the cloud platform. That is the beauty of Snowflake.
Yeah. Good.
So one question. So what
Can
what
I
are the
know?
agendas you are going to cover in your training course? All the things items.
Yeah, actually, I would like to share that curriculum. Give me a time. Just a moment. I will explain you. You want this?
Also, can I know the suitable role for this to apply for the job? Like,
If you have access to Ashok IT site, you can download from there your curriculum. It has, you can get the PDF from there. Yes, you were asking something?
Hema, this is Balakrishna. Like, can I know the roles? If you know the Snowflake, what are the roles will applicable?
Yeah, I discussed in my one of the slide.
Okay, ma'am. Like, sorry, I joined lately, very late actually. That's
No,
why
no,
actually.
no, not an issue. So if you are a data engineer, if you are a data analyst, if you are a data architect, if you are a data administrator, the Snowflake course will be useful, very useful for you.
Okay.
For example, you would like to become a database administrator, right? So
Okay.
you need to understand what are the roles, what are the privileges you have to provide to other user, what are the database you have to create, what are the table structure you have to create, right? What are the replication available, how you replicate the data, how to store the data, what are the performance tuning you need to do. So that is the separate role of for data administrator. And the architecture, they design the architect for data pipeline, from which source to which destination data will get flow. And as data engineer, it is very high demand for data engineer. Why? Because data engineer are the resources that, for example, there is a team, one team, in one team there is a two database administrator, one architect, but it should have 11 to 12 data engineer who design or scalable data pipeline, right? The data engineer who writes the SQL query to ingest the data. So you need to integration, everything that is provided by your admin. That can be your platform cloud admin, or it can be your Snowflake admin. Just you need to utilize those object and write the query. The query should be in fine-tuned way. If you are suppose joining two tables, if you should know which join you need to write. It can be left or right, or your cross join, and how it impact on your query if you are using those joins. And suppose you don't need all the data, but still you are writing select star from query, so it will not helpful. You should understand If you would like to filter specific data, then you need to use where clause in your query, right? That is very small things that you need to understand in your daily uses. And if you are creating any table, you should understand, okay, if you need to store your phone numbers, in which format, in which data type you have to use. Are you able to store your phone number in your string data type or in your text data type? No, right? If your table has increased one more column, you should know how to alter the table and add the column. You should know how to drop the column, how to replace. For example, there is, you would like to replace some, so how to write a case statement. So we will learn all these things in the Snowflake program. I have a curriculum, but nowadays where it is, let me think. Let me check.
Any programming knowledge is required for this?
No, just simple SQL. Even though if you are not good at SQL, still you are able to write SQL queries because it's very easy to learn SQL.
Got it.
And like if you are graduated from any school or from any stream, even you know how to write SQL queries, even select star from table name, right?
Yes.
It's very simple. Any questions?
Ma'am, how about the job market in the current situations, like for Snowflake?
Job market is very good, in a high demand for Snowflake. That's what I share you my Naukri profile, and I think you were not there at the time. Okay.
Sorry,
So
not
let
there.
me share. No, not a problem. So here you can see my Naukri profile. Just I put the Snowflake word here, and you can see those many thousands of Snowflake jobs are available. So now it is in very high demand, and everyone, they are just rushing to Snowflake because in coming days, in coming 5 to 10 years, there would be a peak of Snowflake. Why? Because there is no competitor as of now for Snowflake. Databricks are coming into the picture because of coding and all. People, they don't want to learn Databricks because they need PySpark's knowledge on top of that to learn Databricks and all. But in Snowflake, it is very easy to handle. Earlier, there were stored procedure written in JavaScript. Nowadays, Snowflake provided the SQL script. So you can write your stored procedure in SQL script as well. And every day they are just increasing, releasing their new features every time.
Hema, I saw in Naukri, so they are asking like Azure and also in experience for experience people. Like, is it required? I think I have basic knowledge on Azure and also. Is it that much is fine or we need
See, if you have knowledge in Azure, for example, you create container, account storage.
Yeah,
You
I
want to
actually
create.
for a basic UI developer, I know how to raise a PRs and I mean MRs and all and those stuff. I have idea, but container and all I'm not sure at actual.
Okay, so in Snowflake, like in AWS, there is a S3. In your Azure, you have Azure Blob where you store your data. So it has integration service available in Snowflake. You just connect with your uh, Azure and you connect with your blob. So you get the file which are available in your blob. You copy into your Snowflake with the help of this integration.
Okay, got it.
See, if two different software or tools are communicating with each other, they need some secure connections, right?
Yeah.
So it needs your database, username, password, account name. Those are the basic information it needs to connect with another system.
Okay.
I will show you if you need how to connect with Azure Blob. I will show you how to connect.
Oh, that's fine. Actually. Okay.
Any question, guys?
Is there any URL which it will give a quick guide on brief concepts of Snowflake? Any URL, please suggest.
Okay. I will show you when I have created PPTs. For FAQs, what is a Snowflake and what we are going to learn. Can you see my screen? Snowflake FAQs?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So these are the Snowflake FAQs. What is a Snowflake? And how is a Snowflake different from traditional data warehouse? What is virtual warehouse in Snowflake? And how does auto suspend and auto resume? These are the features all available in Snowflake. You will be learning in our live classes, and you will be getting daily assignment and daily questions. If you have, you will be getting clears your doubt as well. I will provide you the data sets. For example, if we are working in sales data, so I will provide the data sets so you can run your query. What is fail-safe feature in Snowflake? How to recover your data if your data is accidentally deleted? So you should have some contingency plan, right? How to recover that failed data. Or for example, you have updated records, some millions of records you have updated by mistake. You run the query update records and you didn't apply the where clause. So it update all the records unwantedly, right? So accidentally the data which has you did some DML operation, you still have the feature available in Snowflake, you will recover those data seamlessly. So it has like fail-safe feature, zero copy cloning. You can clone the data without even you copy your storage. So if you copy your file, it has the another copy of your file, right? It has its own data. But in Snowflake, when you copy your database or table or schema, it will copy it will not exactly copy your data, it copy your metadata. So both of the copy which is cloned, which is original, will point out the same storage. It won't have separate storage. So that is the beauty of zero copy cloning. What is micro partitioning? How to utilize that micro partitioning inside of your Snowflake? What are the variant data type? We were talk about your like semi-structured data format, right? So how to deal with, how to make it a very simple way to readable format with the help of variant data type. Zero copy cloning, micro partition, okay. How to deal with semi-structured data. What is a Snowpipe? Snowpipe is a serverless feature available in Snowflake where you auto-ingest your data from AWS S3 or Azure Blob to your Snowflake tables. You no need to worry about, just you have to create one event notification to your S3 bucket, and whenever the file arrives into the S3 location, it will automatically load the data into your Snowflake table. And it has a feature like streams. Whenever you create a streams in your source data, for example, if you have a data transactional data and you store all the transaction data into your historical data. So over the period of time, there is some changes. You update your account, right? You update your account, you update your address, you update your phone number. So those data has been changed. But in target table, it is not still changed. So you would like to capture those changes record. So with the help of streams, you will capture those changes record and sync with your target table. And in external storage, without even landing your data into Snowflake table. If someone would like to access the data in S3, even I don't need to log into AWS account. Just I will create external table or external store and I can get the data in my Snowflake. I can access the data. And it has different types of table, transient table, temporary table, and permanent table. What are the different uses of those table? What are the file format, why we use file format, what is the like, for example, if we have CSV file format in our source, so we need to create file format for CSV. If we have JSON file format in our source, we have to create JSON file format. If we have Avro, then we have to create JSON Avro file format. It is very easy, just 2-line or 3-line code, and you can just deal with your unstructured or semi-structured data. And if you heard about slowly changing dimension, SCD1, SCD2 logic, and you use merge statement by when you create merge statement, you compare your source data to your target table, right? So whatever the data is not available, it will update, and the new insert records. If it is not available in your target table, it will insert. If some data is deleted from your source, so it will also delete from your storage. Actually, it is not delete, but it marked as deleted because there is no track to track for to keep the records for deleted data. Just we can mark it, yes, it is deleted, or no, it is not deleted, it is still active. And resource monitor for like Snowflake works on credit usage. So how many credits you have used, what are the warehouse size keep on running, how you reduce your storage cost. By using that resource monitor, you can work on that. And materialize view, how it helps for your performance queries. When to create a materialized view, what are the useful of materialized view for your query performance. And the different kinds of cache work. Just I gave the example. If you run a query first time, select star from EMP table. If it has million records, it will take 2 to 3 minutes to get all the data. But the same query, if you run second time, within a fractions of second, you will get the data. Because the result of your query is already stored in somewhere in cache. And the cache, the life of this cache is 24 hours. So within a 24 hours, if you run the same query, you will get the data promptly. And how this data your Snowflake handles scaling, how you do scale up, scale down. I show you like one warehouse, right? Compute warehouse. So we can how to increase the size, and increase the size means it's vertically increase the size. And if you are adding one more node, it means multi-cluster. It means it's horizontally way it increase your compute capacity. So yeah, these are the things you can learn how you share the data securely in a Snowflake. If you have any another scenario where you would like me to explore, so as per your questions, as per your scenarios, I will provide you the hands-on practice.
The entire course will be covered from a data warehouse point of view, correct?
Not exactly. We'll start with the SQL query. We'll see how to create database, how to create our tables, what are the storage type, what are the file formats. Data warehouse means just we are storing the data somewhere. We are creating pipeline. So how to create pipeline? Automated pipeline, how to create? The things which you deal with your traditional ETL here, and you need different tools, right? Extract the data, load the data, transform the data and load into the target. But here in Snowflake itself, you can do all the things all together because it has different features available.
What are the different pipeline stages available?
Sorry?
Is there any in the pipeline? Is there any stages, particular, let's say, reading the data from one file and intermediate
Yes.
stages
It
are
has
there?
external stage and internal stage. If you are dealing with internal files which are locally available in your system, so you can utilize internal stage, and it has like three different types of internal stage available: user stage, table stage, and namespace. And if you are dealing with your cloud storage and you would like to land those data into your Snowflake table, that is external stage. So just you need to create storage integration and point, you have to give that location for your file into that storage integration.
Okay, thank you. How it is different from Google Cloud Spanner?
Spanner is a very different thing. It is
Yes.
we
Yeah,
can
just
compare
I'm
with the
asking. I know
BigQuery.
that. Yeah,
No,
basic.
we can compare with BigQuery, not a Spanner. Even
Okay.
I don't have that much idea about Spanner. We can compare Snowflake with BigQuery.
BigQuery.
Yeah,
Google
BigQuery,
BigQuery.
which is available in Google.
Yes. Okay. So both our concept is same on what I call a big table based on that, or how it is?
That is cloud data warehouse.
Yes.
Those are the cloud data warehouse, but the language you are using here, SQL, it has some different programming language, and the data is stored in different format, and that is specifically for cloud. I mean
Okay.
Google Cloud. So just you have to utilize that Google Cloud service, BigQuery. But here in Snowflake, you can provision a Snowflake account in any of the cloud platform.
Okay.
It is not stick to
No,
your
one
Google
vendor.
Cloud or
It's
yes,
not stick to one vendor like a Google or anyone.
exactly.
So, yeah.
Any of the cloud platform you can provision.
What is the duration of course?
It is 2 months duration of this course, and what are the the features and everything. And if you have any additional query about fees structure and anything, you connect with the management. They will provide you all the information. Even the syllabus, if you would like to access the syllabus, they will provide the syllabus to you also.
Any syllabus is there or not? Anywhere syllabus for this entire course?
Yes, that's what I'm telling. Just raise a query. The management team will provide you the syllabus.
Okay.
Or just ping them on WhatsApp. They will provide you whatever the information you need.
Okay, thanks.
And I have provided you the one of the WhatsApp link. You can join over there and you can raise your query over there. And the website is also available. If you anything would like to access from Ashok IT website, just go and check. There are multiple courses available, and when the Snowflake course will start, the classes, live classes will start, you will get all the information from there.
So who is the market leader in this So let's say Google BigQuery, Snowflake, and Amazon Redshift, Azure Synapse, Databricks, Lakehouse. So who is the market leader?
Market leader is, for now, I can say, as per my experience, I can say AWS is the market leader.
No,
Number
Amazon
one.
Redshift. See, in terms of OLAP, I'm talking that cloud OLAP,
Okay.
cloud-based OLAP. Yeah.
See, we cannot stick to, I cannot say they have to use the BigQuery or they should use Redshift or Synapse Analytics. They use as per their architecture. Whatever
Yes.
that they feel, what is the cheaper for them as per their data volume, how the data volume, how many users they run the query, what kind
See,
of business they are running.
Hannah, sorry to interrupt. I'm not asking to choose that. Who is the market leader? So let's say GCP is the market. How much share it is
I
having?
say AWS, right?
Yeah. AWS Redshift. You're telling. No. I'm not asking cloud market. I'm asking in terms of OLAP. So what are the OLAP we're talking in that? So let's say Google BigQuery is the one of
Snowflake
the
is the
competitor.
leader.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what.
And there is
There
a
is.
Databricks competitor
Yes.
against the
Yes.
Snowflake. But here
Yes.
lots of programming language you need to learn, like PySpark and all, everything.
Okay. In Databricks, you're telling.
Yeah, Databricks.
Okay. That's fine. Thank you.
Okay, so just I'm going to wrap up this call now. If you have any queries, connect with the management. They will provide you the more information. If
Sure,
you
Emma.
have any.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Thanks for joining.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, thank you
Thank
so
you,
much, bro.
everyone.
Yeah.